Opened my eyes as I would look around. Where was I? Right in the office. Looking down at my hand, towards my hands, I would see they're covered in blood. Their crimson liquid. Looking at the crimson from the life fluid from the human body that was mangled. Good. My hook was covered in the blood mostly. I proceeded to touch my face. My elongated face that was covered in blood. I could smell it. The metallic taste. I could smell the blood. I could taste the metallic taste through the animatronic. Blood was all over my body. I would proceed to slowly walk away from the body, looking in horror. What the hell? Not again. Not again. Not again. Not again. I saw Athens' dead body under my feet. I felt satisfaction, a feeling of happiness. But another part of me felt horror. Horror that the fact that I just murdered a man. Someone that I looked up to like a father. No, no, no. Wake up. Wake up, Izuka. Wake up. As I opened my eyes once more, I was in the Pirate's Cove. Was that all a bad dream? Touching my face, looking at it, seeing no blood. Seeing that the life fluid was not on me at all. Breathing in this, breathing out. Okay. Getting up slowly, it was slow. This body was still so cold. I would proceed to walk through the curtains using the hook arm that was used multiple times over. Jumping off of the stage, I proceed to walk around the pizzeria. This old pizzeria that was abandoned, left to rot. Yet again, I'm here, wondering, now stuck here for how long? How long was I here? When did I die? (1985) or 1983? I can't tell. Those two dates are always the ones that always popped in my head. 1983 was important to me, but I don't remember why. It's like I'm losing something. As I walk around the pizzeria yet again, looking, this place was once filled with kids, but now abandoned to rot. How long has it been? I proceeded to go towards the office. It was empty. Hasn't been touched in years. Touching the desk as I looked towards the calendar that said the calendar was outdated. The year would say 1983. And the last date that was circled was August the 26th. Looking at it, I don't remember anything from August. I don't remember anything that happened at all. How long have I been here? I don't even remember. I guess I proceed to walk around the pizzeria yet again. Those stage animatronics on the stage. simply there, lifeless, hollow, no life behind those eyes. I walked to the prize corner, next prize corner that was across from the dining room. That was right there between the two hallways, as looking at all the gifts that were there. Plushies, masks, figurines, t-shirts, toys, and other rare items. I was simply just leaning on the counter, sighing, even though I can't breathe. I wouldn't know how to be able to sigh. It was so cold. I couldn't breathe. I freaked out about it at first for a moment. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Am I dead? Am I alive? I'm panicking. As I would continue to panic, a hand would push upon my shoulder as it was lanky and long. It had white stripes going along a black main body as I would look towards the face, pale and white, with a permanent smile upon its face. I would only see one, I would know one thing. Marionette, as I would simply say. The pirate accent would come through, even though my normal voice was long gone. Aye, as the fox would say, what are you doing? You're panicking, as the voice of the puppet would come in smooth and mature. Very feminine, though. As Fox, you just proceed to stand up straight. Sorry. As it's fine. What are you doing here? As she simply says, on this side of the pizzeria. I have a question. How long has it been? Or since everyone else? You've been here for how long? She was simply saying, we've been here for almost 3 years, over 3 years by now. Do you know the year at least? 1986, as she would simply say. Foxy proceeded to lower his head. We've been dead since 1983, right? Yes. He looked at his hands and proceeded to start to count dates. 83, 84, 85, 86. 4 years we've been dead. It feels like it's been longer. It does. I don't get it. Why do I feel so hollow? I don't feel anything. It's like I'm empty. You're possessing a robot. You're going to feel empty. He proceeded to clench his fists, saying, we're just decaying in this pizzeria, this place. And there's nothing that we can do about it. We're just stuck here for all eternity. I just want to go home. Home back to my mother. Back to Gachan. Back to the world. Back to to everything that he left behind. And what if you could? What if you could go back to that time before he got killed? Would you still save Fritz from suffering the same fate? Izuku would sigh as Fox used to look at Marionette Mary. And I would still go do the same thing, over again. I would die for my friends over and over again, even if it's to save them from this horrible fate. But I don't think I can keep my mentality. I'm not sure I can say sane as I can for very long. I know. Cass and the others already lost themselves to their rage. You're the last of the four of them to still maintain some sort of sanity. They're now just animals, as Fox used to say. They barely talk anymore. All they do is attack the nearest adult that they see. And that's just the normal guard coming in and checking on the place. And they proceed to stuff them in those costumes. They're getting worse as time goes on. Why am I not like them? Why am I not just going out killing the next guy I see? Because somehow your mentality's a lot stronger than theirs. You're different from them. You're losing yourself, but you still stay sane enough to know your actions. They don't know anymore. They're just hurting everyone whenever the world hurt them, so they're hurting the world. Foxy proceeded to look up as he would say, "It's my dream." Your dream? There's something I haven't told any of you. And really, maybe I should have told you guys earlier. But I don't come from this dimension. Marinette was a little confused for a moment and saying, "What do you mean?" He always wanted to know where I was from. That's something you always wanted to know. Evan, Elizabeth, Cassidy, you, and the others, even Mr. Afton. You all want to know where I came from. But I always tell you that I came from Japan. And yet, I never told you what part of Japan. Or if it's this dimension to Japan. I was in school one day, and in the world that I came from, we mates in our world have super abilities, superpowers, as the Marionette would say. They call them quirks. They gave special abilities to an individual person. This happened in the later years, 200 years ago. The first quirk was given. Then not long, the whole world got one. And humanity evolved in just under 200 years. We grew stronger, faster, smarter. We took adaptations, changing from things into running at supersonic speeds, past the sonic barrier, to even melting things with our bare hands, and sometimes even having the capability of destroying several city blocks with one blow. They quirks grew more powerful by each day. Every once a person unlocked their quirk, they grew stronger and stronger. Until I was born, I was hoping for a quirk of my own. To my 4th birthday, that's when the first signs of quirk should appear. But he never got one, as Mary would simply say. No. I had a brother that was everything but in blood. Our parents knew each other. They were mates. They stuck around from the very beginning, from their middle school, from their young teenager years. Maybe even younger than I know. My mother, she said that she first met my aunt Miski when she was in young wee elementary. That's when they first became friends. Then became closer to a point where that woman Miski became my godmother. And believe it or not, me and that boy became godbrothers. But the moment he got his quirk, he changed. As Foxy would simply say, he changed for the worst. He started bullying people, telling them that they were nothing but useless, calling them out, saying they were nothing more than a pebble under his foot. I couldn't put up with it, so I stood up against him. You know what happened. All those scuff marks that you saw when I was around you, those came from him. He hurt you, as Mary says. You were being bullied by him. Why did you not fight back? Because we were friends. I didn't want to make it a big problem. I didn't want him to feel like I couldn't be trustworthy. It doesn't matter if he's trustworthy. Friends, brothers don't do that to each other. He put you in a coma, if you don't remember, as Mary says. I know he put me into a coma. That was a long time ago. I've been told to go die by many people. Many. But he never told me to tell me himself. That's why I believe we still are friends. Someone who bullies you, and encourages bullying is not your friend. You don't know him like I do. No, you're right. I don't know him, Mary says. But what I do know is you need to double check if he's actually your friend. The fox simply turned his head away as his ears would droop. Thinking about it really, maybe Katon was not his friend. As Izuku, what was your dream? As Mariosa could say, my dream was to be the #1 pro hero. Izuku would talk about, Foxy would proceed to talk about All Might and his incredible feats. To the very moment that he saw him, he brought a smile upon everyone's face. Mary proceeded to smile, finding that the hero was actually pretty cool. He seems to be a pretty cool guy, as Marionette would simply say. He's better than cool, as Foxy would simply say. He's amazing. And his ears would once again droop, but I can never be a pro hero. I can never smile like him. But as he would clench his fist, but as if we look at determination on his animatronic face. But I won't give up. I'll become a pro. I'll get back to my own world, and I'll become a hero. I won't give up. Mary would see the repeated look on his face as she only felt her heart breaking more for the boy. Izuku was a boy that she met not a while ago. They were close friends. It's gonna hurt when he realizes that won't be able to be possible. I am going to go rest. As Izuku proceeded to go to the cove once more. As proceeding, once entering it, closing the curtains, just falling to sleep. She returned back into her box, as simply now, to also sleep as well. A few months later, there's a lot of noise around the pizzeria. People were around, business buzzing, bags were entertainment. They started taking things. The others were still in a deep slumber. They also knew they were there. You can tell the way that they slightly twitched. That wasn't noticeable by the living people, but noticeable to him. The moments that they were looking, staring. You knew they wanted to jump out and just kill them all, but it would blow their cover. They took tech. They took parts. More things. They vandalized the whole event, took party tables, gifts, everything. They took even their casing and their own shells and their costumes and the endoskeletons. And they proceeded to take an old rabbit suit that Izuku remembered. That spring Bonnie. Yet he loved the rabbit. It was another one of his favorite animatronics. They proceeded to take it to where he wouldn't know. Then they started to take them. They took Mary first. Took Mary and taking her with her box. Then they took the first thing, they took him. Proceeding to grab him as rooting him from the cove. As dragging him into a truck. As gently putting him inside. As then they would do the rest of the others. Surprisingly, they found the old Fredbear. Or Golden Freddy. As we would be in the POV of the Fazbear Entertainment. Fazbear employees. Whew. Brother, that was something. Another employee would simply say, damn, those things stink as hell, bro. No shit. This place has been abandoned for years now. Yeah, let's get these things and call it a day. Wait, what else are we gonna take? Take some of your old cloths and everything else. parts. Take all the parts, every single thing. Not long, the whole pizzeria was empty. They left the old tables there because there was no need for them. They took everything. The parts, costumes, and other things that were important. And after that, they reclosed it. They locked the pizzeria and chained the entrance and double bordered it just in case if someone wanted to vandalize the place. But it was pretty empty. They'll be moving through the truck as they would all be activated. The others wouldn't say a word. Jeremy would speak. Where are we going? Where are they taking us? I don't know. If we see one alone, we take them out. Foxy proceeded to look at him as Chico would say, finally something to kill. It's been so long. You wait, as Cassidy would simply say through the Fredbear. We wait until we strike later. Foxy proceeded to turn his head as saying, y'all gonna continue to kill innocent people? Foxy, we talked about this. They're not innocent if they're not Afton. None of them are. You might all see Afton. I don't. I can clearly see what they truly are. Innocent workers trying to work, do their jobs, trying to feed their families. And you just want to kill them like pigs. We're not gonna have this conversation again, as Freddy simply says. Foxy would growl as scallywag as they all proceed to deactivate. Once they arrived at the new pizzeria, they would proceed to place him into a spare room called Parts and Service, dropping them there. All right. What do we do now with these? The boss told us to start retrofitting them with the new technology. You sure Mr. Harrison told us to do that? Yes. But what about Mr. Emily? You don't talk about him. The man caused the MCI. I don't know. Mr. Emily seems too kind. Don't you think it was Mr. Afton? A lot of evidence showed that he had nothing to do with it. So get over it. As the other fast-breed employee would say as to the younger one, as they proceed to start retrofitting the newer technology. Time skip a few weeks later. Activating once more, Foxy proceeded to look. They're in this new place. This place was new. What was up? His world was different. It was a lot brighter as he proceeded to look around. Night vision. This was not part of his. This wasn't here. He felt smoother than before. Proceeding to walk through the door. He wasn't as clanky or jointed or rusty. Proceeding to open the door as he proceeded to look through as where am I? As Suzuki wondered through his mind, thinking to himself, how do I get here? As he started to walk around the pizzeria, what time was it? 12 a.m. He proceeded to look around. This place was massive. The stage, the main dining area, you'd see there was a carousel ride, tables here and there, and more things, decorations, saying happy birthday and welcome back, and other things of that. And the new prize corner was massive. Where are we? As he would simply say, as Foxy would wonder, walking to the prize corner and gently tapping the box with his hook as the box would open, showing the puppet Mary, as Foxy would say. Foxy, as she would simply say. She would look around. This place is new. You were taken here. Where? I think we're in a new Freddy's, as the fox would simply say. They're planning to reopen, as she simply says. What? As Foxy would they can't reopen, as Fox says. This place is not safe anymore then. Why are they reopening? He'll be back. We don't know. What are they gonna use as the animatronics? Us? We're not stable. Yet then you're not stable. Doesn't mean they won't try. The fox would sigh. I hope things go safely. I hope so too. Time skip. A few months later, the year of 1987, and before they knew it, Freddy Fazbear's was open. They started with the old new animatronics, but the public, they weren't very fond of the old animatronics. Some kids said that they were a bit too scary. As the year was, in the early summer they reopened, but they had to close down once more. Fazbear Entertainment had enough money to, create a new set. Using some old part of the animatronics, they created new animatronics, toy animatronics. Mr. Aston helped with the build. He made the endoskeletons along with the new facial recognition of these newer, brand new models. Not long, they made the outer shells hard plastic, easier to clean than soft fabric like fur. And they were very kid-friendly with rosy cheeks. And they were giving a proper night mode as well. They weren't giving a really good night mode at all. So once they were done, it was all down to, let's see. William also wanted to test something new. He noticed after bringing the older models, ever since then, they were walking around, moving. He started wondering, what happened? These older models were supposed to be moving around. He started continue working with this remnant thing. And not long, he learned of its properties, allowing something to possess something or inhabit it. He put it down to those missing kids that he killed. The fox, the other three, Freddy and Bonnie and Chica were aggressive, along with the Fredbear. Those four were aggressive, but the fox seemed linear. The puppet was just watching. William didn't like the way she just watched things. And when it was open business hours, she just moved around like she owned the area. He was freaked out by it. They decided to give her limited access to the building. The fox, on the other hand, was different. He didn't act like the others. He wasn't aggressive, nor was he like the puppet just watching. He acted like a normal animatronic in the day, but after business hours, when the pizzeria was shortly closed, the animatronic's mood changed immediately. The fox seemed to talk with the employees like it was alive. The fox was very cheerful. The employees wondered if the animatronic was just malfunctioning at times. William said that he put some new additions into Foxy's mechanics to test out for the toys. His new interfacing and for the new enjoyment for the kids to talk with. William knew this was not the animatronics doing, but the soul possessing the fox itself. The way the fox talked about things like pirates to downright things that were just not like comic books and heroes and other things. He knew Izuku's soul was put in the fox, but he was just more outgoing, unlike the others. Izuku's remnant was different from the others. It was stronger, like something else was supposed to hold it. It was more potent than he originally thought. Once the new toys were given, and finally they actually worked, they reopened. The first week of the grand reopening of Freddy Fazbear's. Everything was well endowed. People were coming in, being into a pizzeria. It was more than anything. They were popping up with business. Things seemed great. Within the back of the pizzeria, in the parts and service, the old animatronics to be there, rotting, left there. Foxy would activate first. He proceeded to walk towards the partial service door and take a peek. He would simply sigh as memories would return to him. They were slow. Performing to those kids. It made him feel great, happy. He brought a smile upon his face, animatronic face, to see at least he was being a hero to the kids that were still pure innocent. He made a vow to protect children, those who were still innocent, no matter in the end. Simply he would let the door gently close back. It made a small creaking sound, but nothing that he couldn't handle. Turning around to the others that were still saying limply on the ground. He proceeded to look at Freddy proceeded to kick him in the face as he would activate Foxy, as his voice box would be majorly staticky. What was that for? As Bonnie and Chica would activate as well. Bonnie's was glitched. and it's not out of place. What are you doing? Bonnie says with a very malfunctioning voice box. The pizzeria is open. Chica would say with staticky voices, and we're not performing. We've been replaced, as Freddy simply says. Aye. As the gold bear in the back would appear in front of them, we should go out and look for him. You crazy as Foxy says. There are actual people out there. We can't risk it. It's too dangerous. We'll stay in here and wait till the later hours. I'll make it shit, as Freddy says. Simply he'll say, we'll wait. Right. As they would all do so, I was waiting till, well, the pizzeria was closed. A new guard until he would hear over Jeremy Fitzgerald would be assigned to the night guard post. They would stay out of reach, but Izuku would listen to the phone guy. Listening to how he talked about them and the new toys. They were something. As these animatronics were brand new. He saw how the toys reacted. They acted weird, staticky, glitchy. They weren't like they were, well, how should he explain it? Sane. They were just hunting animals. They moved around. They hunted the guard like beast. On the second night, Izuku proceeded to look around the building. Yet again, these toys roamed. Going to the place where the Pirate's Cove was, he proceeded to look and see, well, his replacement. As it was once well, could he say male, female? Izuku wonder what it was now. It will just lay in parts, mangled, as they proceed to call, well, the animatronic. He heard the phone guys talking and saying how he would appear in the hallway, and what they need to do was flash him in the eye. He's not gonna go hunting on the guard, simply. Izuku proceeded to look down at the fox, simply wondering, as long as it's not too bad. As he proceeded to leave, the pirate fox would leave. Not long, Mango would activate, as it would proceed to head towards, well, the office. Jerry Fitzgerald would be having a bad night. Things were not good. Things were just not going his side. He proceeded to wonder what's really all good worth taking this job. He could have done anything else with his life. But the fact that he took this job out of all was interesting. Jeremy would hear the sound of the alert that something was in the hallway. The sound was loud, really loud. Hearing the sound of metallic feet as he proceeded to press, look to see, well, Foxy just down the hallway. He proceeded to look. The torn old fox would proceed to look with his hook in the air. He was told to flash the fox in the eye, so he proceeded to do so. After a few moments, the fox would disappear once he turned off the flashlight. Izuku would proceed to go the male bathroom. He proceeded to hold his head. Ah, fuck! Me eye. He was irritated. Really irritated. There was one thing, the guard would put on that stupid mask that flash him in the eye when he's not even a threat. That's annoying. Yet again, he stood in the hallway. And he would proceed to do this for a good time until like 3 a.m. He proceeded to continue as Izuku was now annoyed. As he heard a whisper in his head. It sounds so familiar. It's like he heard this voice. She was telling him to go, to kill him, to do it. Just all he needed to do was clamp his jaws around his head. He wanted to. He so desired to, but ignoring the voice, he wouldn't fall for it. He refused. Then he waited and waited. Jeremy was doing well. Jeremy survived the night. Izuku proceeded to go back to correctional services. Proceeded to lay. The third night was just the other three adding themselves. Izuku did the same thing, not trying to get Jeremy, but trying to make him more aware of the threat. He wanted to help him, but if he was caught talking to him, whatever Freddy and Golden Freddy would do to him was not worth it. So you would just give him a hint of their aggression. Here's a hint. Nothing more. But he would wonder, maybe he could just help them just once. Just take him out. The whisper again, she was telling him to go do so. He refused. Before he knew it, night 4 came in, and well, everything was going swell, I guess, until night 6. That day, something happened. The pizzeria was set to close down for at least a while at that. And before he knew it, not after long, some kids went missing. Well, they weren't found. They were missing for a good few hours until they were found dead. Marionette was devastated to see more children die under her watch, and she lost it. She just changed. She simply wanted William dead now. That's all that she wanted. Now she was on the hunt for the guard as well. She couldn't see right either. Izuku knew that now they were all after the guards. And now children that were now dead possessing the new toys. Now they're all hunting on the guard. He simply knew that he had to do something. Even if it means to be damned with the fact of deactivation by the others. Jeremy proceeded to wait until, well, his shift started. Proceeding to try to close his eyes for a bit before shit hit the fan, but before he knew it, he opened his eyes, seeing the fox in front of him. It was taller, 7 to 8 feet tall. It was lanky. You could see the fur with some edges of dark red here and there. That looked like blood. As Jeremy would be terrified. Shit, a fox just got into the office without knowing. He wanted to shine his flashlight, but the fox had already made its way towards the flashlight, grabbing it from his grasp. The fox would simply say, "Aye, listen and listen well, mate. You are in danger. If you keep the job that you are, you will die eventually. Jim was surprised to see the fox would talk to him as he'd say, "You can speak?" "Of course I can speak. I'm a performing animatronic." Jeremy was to say, "What's happening here? What's going on?" "There's some investigation going on. I heard there's like some kids went missing and they're dead." As the fox simply says, "They're dead? What do you mean they're dead?" "They've been killed. A man killed them." Who? "The same one who caused that missing children's incident in 85 or 83. Y'all do not know when that happened. Time has gone past this old fox." As Jeremy would simply say, "How are you alive?" "Hard to explain. The marionette is not herself. Keep an eye on that camera. You do not want to find yourself in hell." As the fox simply says this, able to turn around. "And also, if you want to get rid of the golden bear, put on the mask immediately. Don't look at it at all. And if you see it in the hallway, don't put your cameras on. Don't flash it. Just put on the mask immediately." As Jeremy would proceed to nod, "Good. I'll be on my way, mate." As the fox disappeared into the hallway, vanishing. And Jeremy would be confused. Why did Foxy help him? He needed to tell this to the staff. Not long, what the fox said was true. The animatronics were dangerous. They were trying to hunt him down. They all were trying to kill him. But he survived until 6. He proceeded to, get to the other side. And once he asked for a day shift side of the job, as they gave it to him. But not long, they proceeded, said that they had one more birthday party to do. He proceeded to tell the higher ups about Foxy's advisement. They said the fox was not supposed to be programmed to even talk for that long, nor to be activated during the night. They proceeded to say that they'll check up on the animatronic later. So the birthday party went, and it was well until, an accident happened. Another bite. The animatronic, Phasma wouldn't really tell. Jeremy was sent to the hospital, and the pizzeria closed down. They had to shut down for good, and the new animatronic meant to be scrapped in the coming up months. As the pizzeria would be closed, as everyone will proceed to be, in the main area. As Foxy awoken as proceeding to walk in, as everyone proceeded to look at the fox. "Aye, what's up with you all laddies?" Freddy proceeded to walk over, grabbing the fox. "You told the guard, you traitor." As Freddy would growl, "Traitor," the fox says. As he proceeded to grab Freddy, he's proceeding to push him away. "I am not like the rest of ya. I refuse to kill innocent laddies like that." That man was innocent. Afton was right there. That was not Afton. That was a lad named Jeremy Fitzgerald. And you all tried to kill him. Where's the last, anyways? He's supposed to be taking his last shift was supposed to be tonight. Toy Barn wants to say he's dead. Dead. Mango pursued him, saying in his staticky, mixed gender voice, he hoped so. Afton was then died. What happened? Mary knows. She proceeded to bite him on the frontal lobe. This had a horrified look on the fox, reminding him of Evan's fate. You did what? Look at the toy fox as saying, grabbing the fox from the ceiling and strangling it. You proceeded to bite them right in front of everybody, in front of the kids. As the marionette was let him go, let it go. I refuse this thing. Grabbing, proceeding to let the toy fox go as Fox proceeded to look towards them all. Y'all are no better than him. Gordon Frederick says, you're protecting him. Why don't you want to kill him? He took your life. Aye, he did. But I will not snoop so low to his level, like all of you are. You're just like him for killing all these innocent people. They're not. Yes, they are. You're trying to be such a hero, but you're not. You're dead. And you can never achieve that dream. The fox was surprised as Frey was saying, that's too far, Cass. No, he needs to listen. That dream's long gone. You can never return to being that. That dream of yours is gone. Forget it. I'll never forget me dream. And unlike you all, I won't become a monster. As the fox proceeded to walk away from the main stage, as leaving back to the parts and service room. As Toy Freddy says, you need to keep your crew in check. Yeah, you will. I will, as Freddy says. I'll give Foxy advisement, good punishment. He doesn't deserve a punishment. He is a traitor. Mary was saying that wasn't Afton. But he's right. We tried to kill an innocent person that had nothing to do with our escapades. As she would proceed to go back to Price Corner, returning to her box. Don't punish him, Freddy. As once the box closed, Freddy was to snarl. As we'll see. Once they all made it back to their designated areas, Freddy was saying, you overpassed the rules. Freddy was eyes would glow. You ready for your punishment? Foxy was to snarl. That's the last time, the last straw, Fazbear. As proceeding to get up. You have changed for the worst. And you are no longer my friend, as Freddy says. Then fine. Let it be that way. As before they knew it, they all deactivated once more. Not long, Pizzeria was kept a decent hour. The hours would go by, then the days, the weeks, and the months. A year would pass. Then they would finally scrap the toys. William took the animatronics somewhere. They all knew the toys were gone, and the Asbury employees were meant to scrap them themselves, but William came instead. He took them and just left. To where? They didn't know. Not long, the others were proceeded to, take the animatronics, the old models, as proceeded to take them to the old pizzeria. As they were proceeded, not long, proceeding to give them new bodies. The old casings were getting old, and they were not holding up for very long. As proceeding to preserve the animatronic skeletons, the old skeletons were taken out, and they were given new costumes, brand new looks. But once they reopen, things will be different for everybody. The Asbury Entertainment will once again come back once more to give one more try.